Alright, chat. Here's the data mine that we've been all waiting for so long. It only took forever, but it's finally here. I'm going to go over all the heroes in a moment. First of all, we'll just scroll through them so you guys can see them. And surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, I thought Edelgard was going to be faster. Dimitri. Oh, Byleths is so good. Well, actually, both Byleths are really good. And of course, Kronya. What? Okay. Kronya is really something, that's for sure. What the heck?
I can't wait for her hentai.
I'm not talking about how she looks. I mean, she looks really nice. I love her look, but her stats, spread. What the heck?
We'll see the art afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Byleths stats, Byleths staff. Both Byleths are really similar. I just see small minor changes. And then Claude, ooh, he's not 35, but he's quicker than that. Dimitri and Edelgard. All right, well, let's start with Edelgard.
Before you do that, I want to say the new special that the Byleths have is inheritable.
Yeah, we know that.
And you need Draconic Aura as a prerequisite.
That's actually kind of funny. That's Draconic. It's off Draconic Aura, but it does make some sense.
Yeah.
All right, but the first hero is Edelgard. She is 168 BST with plus attack as her boon and minus speed as her bane. Wow. Plus attack makes her 43 attack.
That's kind of crazy.
And having minus speed on her isn't so bad because if you guys don't remember, her axe. Her axe allows her to double as long as she's outnumbered. Right? More opponents in front of her than allies behind her. So for that reason, her speed doesn't matter that much, but it does help prevent her to get doubled. And at around 30, in this current meta, you can prevent a lot of heroes from doubling. So that's pretty significant. 168 BST though. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I figured she'd be slow, but I was kind of hoping her risk would be a little bit higher.
You know, there's an advantage to being very slow, like around 20 speed or even under, and then there's an advantage around being 30 speed. I think at her speed, it could be used pretty defensively. But yeah, if she were slower, she would have more defense and more attack to compensate. And more res, because that's the problem of her. So again, with 41 HP, 39 attack, 30 speed, 37 defense, and 21 res, her biggest hole is res, which is a bit iffy because there's so many dragons in the current meta. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. 41 HP with 21 res gives her an effective bulk of 62. And because she has 30 speed, most dragons can't double her unless they have like bolds. So that's not so bad. Alright, in terms of the rest of her kit, she basically has attack defense, like solo the buff for her C skill, and then attack defense solo for her A skill. So in total, she'll add 12 attack, 12 defense. So when she's alone, she has 49 defense. Wow.
That's pretty nice. I'll be honest.
Yeah, she's actually really good. She's really interesting from that perspective. And of course, because she has a 16 might weapon, and then of course another 12 and 12. That's, man, math is hard. But that's 20. That's 16 plus 12, 28 plus 39. So that's like 67. Really respectable. Of course, her weakness will be her res, and if she goes against like a red dragon, especially the stronger ones, like. Actually, Idunes could give her some trouble. Like they'll have a good chance of one-shotting her is essentially it. Or if they have bold, they'll definitely kill her. But that's about it. So guys, Edelgard, what makes her really unique and really special is the same reason that you can make Ledgering Ephraim really special. It's because her axe and Ledgering Ephraim's lance gives them that double, and because it's a double, you can do interesting builds on her. Like if you run because Victorious Axe is a slaying weapon. It drops the cooldown to 1. So if you run Gale Force on her, thanks ICC Vats for the host of 14. But if you run Gale Force on her with Heavy Blade as her seal, she can attack. It's cooldown -2. They attack -1, and then she attacks again, cooldown -2. But because it's already at 4, it guarantees a Gale Force. And after that, if you run Desperation in her B slot and her axe guarantees a double, it'll just be 2 consecutive attacks. So she can actually charge Gale Force really quickly. And she can actually take advantage of Desperation too. It's actually pretty interesting what she can do as long as you give her the Heavy Blade seal. So that's probably like one of the best builds available for her. But do keep in mind she comes with dull close, which is on Summer Cordy and is actually fairly rare. So either way, she has a pretty good B skill. But if you really want to go all the way for her, that she has an instant Gale Force build available. Okay, but that's enough about Edelgard. Next is Dimitri. He is 40 HP, 36 attack, 29 speed, 34 defense, 18 res, and this totals for a total of 157.
157.
Yeah, I was like 150. Wait a second, that's less than what it should be. And his super Bane is in HP, which doesn't matter that much. Yeah, that's interesting. I thought he would. 157 BST actually puts him less than Sigurd and less than Eliwood? Legendary Eliwood, I believe. Is that actually accurate? That's weird. I thought he would be higher. Okay. That hurts him in a bit, but you gotta keep in mind, Dimitri's actually also very unique and very interesting. He's budget ledgering Ephraim. I guess that's one way to look at him at this point. Because ledgering Ephraim can double if you're outnumbered. Dimitri doubles if you're both at 100% HP or you're both under 100% HP. So he's kind of like Tibarn, but not. Tibarn is like, will always double as long as your opponent's at 100% HP. So Dimitri is like at this weird middle ground. His ability to double isn't as consistent. Like we've imagined setups for him where he like uses Savage Blow, right? So therefore, when he attacks something and then he kills that opponent because they're both at 100% HP, then he Savage Blows, and the other heroes are under 100%, and then he's also under 100%. So that's one way to set him up, right? Or you run him with like Duma, and he just does C-skill ability, and everyone takes 7 damage. There's a lot of ways you can set this up, so it's not that difficult, but it is interesting to see that his stats aren't enhanced. Oh yeah, and yeah, of course, there's no demotes. It's not even up for a discussion. Okay, but Dimitri's kit's actually pretty interesting because he comes with Noble Lance, which is attack plus 3, which gets him to 39 attack, and then of course the 16 might on his weapon. So in total, he has 55 attack base, which is even higher because he has Death Blow 4, which takes it to 63, which goes even higher because he has low attack defense 3. Anyways, Dimitri's total attack is 36 plus 19, 55 plus 8. That's 63, then plus another 3, so 66. His attack on base when he strikes something is 66, so he has no problem killing anything. Just kind of has to get himself there first. But keep in mind, because he has low attack defense, he neutralizes his foes' bonuses to attack and defense, so they can't actually have higher defense. Well, it's bonuses, so they can have like combat buffs. But yeah, all he has is really, really good attack and decent defense. Okay, could one of you guys compare him to Ledgering Ephraim? Because his stat line actually reminds me a lot about Ephraim. But Ephraim might be better because Ephraim has even less speed, I believe.
Okay, in short, Dimitri has 3 less HP, same attack, and 2 more speed.
Wait a second, he actually has higher stats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you might want Dimitri over Ledgering Ephraim because Dimitri comes with a better kit in Death Blow 4. I mean, in terms of the skills he comes in low attack defense, whereas Ephraim has this weird B skill which heals him up, and his A skill is used defensively. So, but again, the lance, they're both their lances can be used defensively, right? I remember Ledgering Ephraim being able to use defensively as long as you keep him outnumbered.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that reason, you know, Dimitri is going to be pretty good, but there is some issues here because that Death Blow 4 and low attack defense is just perfect fodder. So get a Klein, learn Death Blow 1, 2, 3, and then just learn Death Blow 4 and then low attack defense 3. How many points is low attack defense? 240?
240.
240, yeah. That isn't like the greatest B skill, but it's a pretty good one. Now compare him to Silas.
Alright.
That's an interesting comparison. They're very different in roles. Alright, Silas is 49 attack, 24 speed, 36 defense, and 21 res. The 49, whoopsies. It's 35 attack. So the difference essentially is same HP, one less attack, 5 less speed. Yeah, 5 less speed. 2 more defense and 3 more res. And he has 1 less BST overall. But they are very different roles because Silas is meant to be used defensively, coming with steady stance 3, and even defense wave. I don't know. Dimitri's closest comparison is going to be Ledgering Ephraim, and that from that perspective, it really just depends, because technically Ledgering Ephraim has the better lance because his doesn't have that weird stat property in terms of either both are 100% or both under 100%. But then Dimitri also just has a better overall kit. So I think if you're maxing out a hero, I think Ledgering Ephraim's better overall, because Ledgering heroes are worth more in Arena, and they're easier to use in well, not quite necessarily easier to use in Ether Raids, but Ledgering Ephraim in Ether Raids is a beast. But yeah, it's very comparable, and I guess it just comes down to which one you guys want. If you build Dimitri, I think you keep Death Blow 4 and Law Attack Defense, because Law Attack Defense seems like it has quite a bit of usage. If your opponents are buffing their attack or defense up, he can straight up ignore it. But he should definitely use Savage Blow, because after the first fight, I see him needing it, definitely. And in terms of special, probably Bonfire or Draconic Aura, because he hits so hard, and his defense isn't bad. But I think it's Draconic Aura. But yeah, what do you guys think?
I agree. Better Draconic, because it's going to have beefy as attack.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not Draconic, then definitely Bonfire. So.
I think, like Ephraim, he can also do a fast Gale Force build.
Oh yeah, they're both practically the same. So yeah, you can do the same thing.
I guess I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But his is a bit harder because he needs that Savage Blow. Because after that first, man, it's kind of weird. Because imagine this: if you use Dimitri and you're doing the Gale Force build, right, and you run in and you hit a mage. Now that mage doesn't counterattack you. So you hit the mage, and your C-skill is Savage Blow, because you're expecting, oh, if I take damage, I Savage Blow, so they take damage, so I can, like, you know, fully utilize the skill. But if you hit a mage, and you don't take damage, and now you Savage Blow the other heroes, his skill no longer works. Because you're at 100% HP, but they're not. That's kind of awkward.
It's time to use Fury.
Fury. I can't suggest Fury because it's a death blow for it, but I think Dimitri's stat line hit expectations, but even then it feels a bit weird. Alright, next is Upside Down Boy Claude the Schemer. He is 150 BSD. Oh. I was hoping for enhanced BST on him. It's funny because Edelgard has enhanced BST, but Dimitri does not, and neither does Claude. Wow.
Yeah, they're really concentrating on those infantry for the enhanced.
Yeah, and I think the girls ended up better. I think Dimitri is like... anyways, we'll do Claude before we talk about that. So, Claude, he is 39 HP, 33 attack, 37 speed, 20 defense, 21 res, and his only extra stat is a Super Bane in HP. Okay. If you guys forgot what he does... He basically only has one thing, and that's just his bow. His bow, called the Cunning Bow, adds 3 extra speed, so he's actually 40 speed base, which is really impressive. But at only 33 attack, aka becoming 47 attack, that's not the greatest. His special is Glimmer. He has lull speed defense 3, which is just like lull attack, so he can ignore bonuses to speed and defense. So that makes it really easy for him to double. And he also inflicts speed defense minus 3 on foe when he attacks them. But keep in mind, with Cunning Bow, he needs a buff or debuff bonus or difference of 10 before his bow triggers, which once it does, it's all stats minus 5. Very, very strange, very different. And this works really well with Defense Smoke, because if Defense Smoke triggers his next battle, he'll have speed defense minus 3 and then Defense Smoke defense minus 7. So that gets him to minus 10s, which triggers his bow. Alright. So what do you guys think about that? His kit and utilization of his kit.
He definitely needs a team that works with him well. Otherwise, he's just going to be there.
That is exactly what I think.
Yeah.
I think he needs to be with a penalty-based team, but I don't really understand his role in a penalty-based team. Right? Because you got to keep in mind, in a penalty-based team, he's not going to be the main damage dealer. The main damage dealer in penalty-based teams are like, you know, Micaiah. Not Micaiah, like Gunthra, like Summer Lilna. Heroes that will literally do more damage because of penalties, and he doesn't really contribute in terms of penalties because he doesn't, outside the defense smoke after attacking, he doesn't really do anything else. He can take advantage of it. He can ignore the speed and defense and drop it slightly, and then drop all their other stats by 5. And that comes down to what you guys are saying. Brave Lyn, in my eyes, I still like Brave Lyn more. I'm sorry. Brave Lyn, her bow neutralizes buffs on mages. Also speed +3. She comes with Sakei's Blessing, so she can ignore melee distant counters. And she's just really accessible, and she comes with Swiss Barrel, so... If you could set up Claude, he'll do better. Do you guys actually like Claude?
As a character, sure. But his stats don't impress me very much. They're just... I mean, look at it this way, too. We just got Louise not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at her stats... let me pull up his, look at hers. Honestly, he seems like he's a bit more... Let me see.
You don't have it?
No,
actually,
I do have it. I'm just looking at it here. He seems a tad bit more offensive, but she's like a bit more defensive in terms of res, because she has a lot more res than he does. I'll just make the comparisons now. Same HP. He has 2 more attack. He has 3 more speed, 3 more defense, and 9 less res.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and she has 1 more BST, where he has 150.
Yeah, but he does have the better bow, even though hers is Swiss Barrel and a bow.
That's like his only positive.
Yep.
He has the better bow, but that requires a lot of setup, and I don't know if people are willing to pull for that when we just got 2 Luises for free, and they can just work with that instead.
And of course, I think most people ended up with Brave Lyn as their free hero. And Brave Lyn, if you guys don't remember, she's... Okay, Brave Lyn has 35 HP versus Claude's 39, so less HP. 4 HP doesn't matter too much. 33 attack on both, so same thing. 2 less speed on Lyn, and keep in mind because her bow is also +3 speed, it's actually just 2 less speed. And Lyn has 2 less defense, and then Claude at 18, and then she has 28 res versus 21, so 7 more res. So,
and she's at 1 less BST.
And 1 less BST. But they're essentially very, very comparable heroes. So for that reason, I don't really see a reason to use Claude, because I don't... Yes, you can set him up, in which case he'll have -5 everything, and then speed and defense -3. So he's really, really easy to... If you have the right team for him, he can really augments his stats by dropping his opponent's stats. But that's about it, and just dropping stats doesn't make him that valuable in my eyes. So we're going to move on. I mean, if you drop their defense by 8, his 47 attack essentially becomes 55 attack. And because of his speed, he'll double really easily. So there's a lot of good to him, but it's not perfect. And it's not much better than a lot of other heroes in my eyes. He really needed to have more interesting side effects. Alright, now to the professor. Byleths. She's so good.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a lot of speed.
I know. At 40 HP, 34 attack, 40 speed, 33 defense, and 21 res. She's one of the fastest heroes in the game. When you reach over 40 naturally, that goes a long, long way. And 34 attack is nothing to sneeze at considering her blade, but we'll get to that in a moment. Alright, this totals to, as well, 168 BST. Yeah.
And then check out those boons and banes.
Yep. She has a bane in HP, and she has a boon in speed. A super boon in speed. So super bane in HP and super boon in speed. So she can reach 44 speed. I guess that's kind of balancing because she's going for a lot of one-shot attacks in her banes and speed. Super boons and speed. But 44 speed base, what the heck?
I don't know.
So you would ultimately want plus speed minus res or defense.
I'm not even sure it actually matters, to be honest.
That's probably
But-
true, yeah.
But honestly, like, even if you have minus HP, guys, you just want more HP. HP is like one of the stats that doesn't matter too much. But reaching 40 HP does, reaching like every increments of, well, actually, that works more for range heroes, but for ether raids reasons. But it doesn't really slot Byleth. Anyways, for those who forgot what her skill kit is, and that's really what makes her so special, it's the fact her blade is, it's a slaying weapon, 16 might slaying weapon. That's already really impressive. But on top of that, it's null everything. If you have wary fighter, screw that, doesn't work. If you have weapons that can attack, guarantee doubles, forget about that. If you have breaths, forget about that. Like, it'll null follow up, it's null breaths, it's just really anti-meta. So she's really easy to use against most enemy heroes. Yeah, am I missing anything? No. Also, null special fighter and null guard. That's the creator sword. It's just insane.
The giant whip sword.
Except for the fact we don't actually get the whip animation.
That's so sad.
Yep.
No.
Don't talk about it.
And then on top of that, she has Ruptured Sky, which at this point we know is inheritable, and we know it's 500 SP, right? I'm just
Yes.
double checking. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's 500 SP. This is impressive for two reasons. Reason number one, it's 20% of their damage, and because in the higher metas, we're only going up against armor heroes, and those heroes usually have around 60 attack. So, to put that in perspective, if they had 50 attack, that's 10 extra damage. If they had 60, I think that's like 12. Yeah, it is 12. And then,
Yeah, it's 12.
and then, keep in mind, against dragons or foes, it doubles. So that's not that good, but her kit actually backs it up really well, because she has Fury 4, and she has Wrath 3, and she has even attack with. But the Fury 4 Wrath is so good, because after her first battle, she's in Wrath, which adds another 10 damage. So at minimum, I would say she's hitting 20 because of that. And because she has Fury 4, you guys realize she's at 54 attack base, and she's at 44 speed base, just at neutral.
That's crazy.
That's just nuts.
48 if it's super boom.
Yeah, 48 as Super Boon too. She's so good. That Fury 4 is perfect because it chips her into Wrath. She still has to take a hit because it's 75%, not. Because 75% of 40 is. Actually, she might want minus HP. That's instant
Oh
Wrath.
yeah, for sure.
Oh. Yeah, shoot.
That's instant Wrath because that 36 minus 8, that is under 75% easily. Wow. So she can have instant Wrath just by hitting anything. And the Wrath also keeps her alive because it gets her 37 defense. And obviously she has so much speed that most heroes will not double her. But yeah,
So-
Banes don't matter with merges now, but you might only want one copy of her because she's really prime fodder because she has Fury 4 and Wrath 3. And Ruptured Sky is prime fodder, so you might actually not even want to merge her. Yeah, gamers?
Yeah. So in a sense, it's basically, if you get minus HP, it still works out for you because you get faster wraths in that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, alright. That's pretty good. Actually, no, that's more than pretty good, that's really good.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
the Ruptured Sky with Wrath combination is really good. And on even turns, she has additional 6 attacks. So on her most ideal turn, she'll have 50, 54, 60, she'll have 60 attack.
Stupid.
Yep. I don't think there's anything that needs to be said about Byleth. She's really good. Her base kit is probably ideal. I really wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I'd just give her like reposition or drawback, and that's about it.
Yeah. That's about as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm. You guys have anything else to add? I mean, Fury 4 Wrath. You know, when we were talking about her in our videos and whatnot, people were like, people were like, "Hey, Nibs, look at Creator Sword. You think people are gonna fodder her?" I've seen people fodder like the best heroes. I've seen people fodder Idun for like Fortress Defense res. I've seen people fodder off Murs for Fury.
Yeah.
Like it is. I don't put it past anybody ever. They're just gonna do it.
You could make an argument and maybe give her Flashing Blade 4 because she could use it.
But then Ruptured Sky doesn't need it.
Yeah.
And because she's Null's special fighter and stuff like that, they can't even stop it.
Yeah.
What could you? Maybe it's an optimal seal.
No, I don't think you
Creator
move
Sword.
anything.
No, in terms of skills, I think she's fine. Maybe if you don't like wave skills, you can put something else.
What would you even put?
I don't think Rupture Sky is even good on. Wait, why would you not think it's good?
I think it's good. I'm thinking of C skills, like if you don't want wave skills. But I know there are some, pretty wacko people out there. If you didn't want Ruptured Sky, you could do faster noon times.
What?
Actually, no. I take that back.
What?
I take that back. I'm thinking of something.
Noon time when you use Wrath.
No, I'm thinking of something else. I mixed it up. And
Alright, we're moving on. I don't think you guys have better ideas, and I think that's just fair because I think she's just really good at base.
She's just fine, yeah.
yeah, you really wouldn't need to change anything.
Now, male Byleth is not the same thing at all. Male Byleth,
Not even...
it's not even close. Male Byleth needs help, is what it comes down to. Why does male Byleth need help? Well, at 40 HP, 36 attack, 38 speed, 34 defense, and 20 res, you're like, wow, that's really similar. He just traded 2 speed for 2 more attack. And because, female Byleth is so quick naturally, why would you even need that much speed? True. True. But the thing is, their kits are so much different. Male Byleth has Distant Counter, whereas female Byleth has Fury 4. Male Byleth has Chill Speed for his B skill, whereas female Byleth has Wrath. Male Byleth has even Speed Wave, and she has even Attack Wave. The problem with all of that is also his picture. It's such a lie. I've never seen him smile. In every picture of Byleth, he is just frowning the hell out. He's scowling always. That smile is just a lie. Anyways.
Because it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler. We've been spoiled.
It's spoiled.
He eventually smiles. Yeah.
Dang it.
By the way, he does have the same Super Boon and Super Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Minus HP plus speed.
And he's also 168 BST, just like female Byleth. So they just had small differences, like, male Byleth has 1 less res, but 1 more defense. Male Byleth has 2 less speed, but 2 more attack. That's about it. Like, they're basically the same characters. Outside of their skill kit. Alright. So, male Byleth, in my opinion, is going to be big fodder, because you're going to fodder him for the even speed wave or the chill speed, along the DC. So you learn DC and then, or Ruptured Sky, and then DC, and then... So there's a bunch of options. DC of Null Sea Disrupts. Are you forgetting what it's... He needs Null Sea Disrupt, though. He does? Am I misreading something?
No, I think it's null. I think it's a null.
No, you're right. He actually does need Null Sea Disrupt.
Yeah.
You're right. Whoopsies. So he does need for that. Then what is the point of DC? His kit's just 100% worse.
Yeah, I find it kind of weird. Like when I first saw him, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was like, then I actually thought about it. I was like, this doesn't seem too good. It seems weird. But hey, $60 for DC, guys. So, you know what I'm saying, Doug? Oh,
Yeah.
some pretty good stuff.
All right, this is just weird. Honestly, I think his best build is the build on female Byleth.
Yeah, just transfer it over to him.
Yeah. I honestly don't want to switch off Distant Counter because it's such a premium skill, but without Null Sea Disrupt, he doesn't use it very well, which is the weird thing. If he had Null Sea Disrupt in his sword, then it makes perfect sense. Other than that, it just feels like he's fodder. So, therefore, his best build would be the same thing on female Byleth. But if you had to use if you had to use distant counter, I don't want to say Mystic Boost because it's just so expensive, and you're not fully utilizing it either. Maybe dull range. It's just I don't know. His res isn't great, so he's not even the ideal hero for DC.
I know, that's why I would think about switching it, because like his res kind of sucks. I don't like it.
Thanks, Jazz, for the follow. Yeah, honestly, I can't see his base build making much sense at all. If you just use DC, I guess you just put whatever you want. Maybe run double renewal on him. You know, renewal in his B and renewal in his seal slot. And because he's going to use DC, the extra speed does help him, so he doesn't have to rely on QR. But I hate it. I really like female Byleths. So if you had to build one of the two, it's female Byleth 100% of the way. She just has a much more concise, useful kit. And from the perspective of higher level gameplay, where you're only going up against like armor, there's virtually no range heroes, guys. So there just makes no sense to run DC. It's actually a wasted skill in most cases. And Fury 4 is also 300 SP, so you don't have an advantage in terms of like points either. They are going to weigh the same thing. All right. So male Byleth is weird, but at least he's free if you're getting 3 houses. Not everyone's getting 3 houses. I'm getting 3 houses, so I'm going to try and use him. I still think with Ruptured Sky and everything, he's going to be really interesting. And keep in mind, because he's coming on the Mystic banner, this is your best, the easiest way to get him is just to buy the game. Because he's going to split his chance at red with the other red heroes. So you might not even be able to pull him. And to be honest, even if you do pull him, like, it's not that much of a gain. He's good, but honestly, female Byleth is better, so if you wanted to pull for a red hero, that would be it.
You think he'll be added to the permanent pool afterwards?
No, they're all added to the permanent pool.
Okay.
Yeah, he counts as a normal hero. The one thing that might sway things in his favor is people are talking about Sothis being the Mystic hero. And if she is, she could be red. It would actually make a lot of sense for her to be red. And therefore, pulling red would just make a lot of sense.
That's possible.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. But we'll see. That'll come out in a few days. And honestly, if you really wanted Byleth, just buy the game. Support IS, the console division, not IS, the gacha division. IS, the gacha division is such a joke at this point. Anyways, it's also much more guaranteed, because you can spend like over $60 and not get Byleth. Because again, the chances of getting Byleth in that red pool of 3 heroes is actually lower than a normal pool. Normal banners, so sniping him is as hard as possible. So yeah, just buy the game. It's easier. Now my question is, does that make you not a free-to-play player?
If you buy it for the reason to get Byleth, probably. But
no,
if you
you're
want to
officially not a free-to-play player.
Oh, yep, okay. Well, there you go.
Okay, I want everyone to know, I pre-ordered the game before they announced Byleth, so this doesn't count on me. I'm not canceling my pre-order just because he's free now. I'm still free to play. That doesn't count. I don't want to hear it. No.
I mean, 6 months ago you popped that cherry.
No.
So,
I spent $1 in Langrisser to buy a guild. Shut up. None of that counts. All right, we're moving on. The last hero is Kronya.
I think the...
I mean, in Langrisser, having clanmates does really help you.
You don't even... How do you even know that? You've never even participated in guild battles, and you don't even play the game anymore.
I used to participate in guild battles.
You had, like, what? 2 battles? 1?
I've participated in 3 different weeks.
Wow, 3 different weeks. Anyways.
Wait, do you get the regular game or the special edition?
The regular game. The special edition in Canada is a shit show. Like, I can't find it. I would pre-order it 100%, but I can't find it at all. Nim is a filthy... Well, I don't want to hear it. Anyways,
So you're just a dolphin then, you're not a whale.
Look, man, the game comes out in less than 5 days. I'm going to be playing the shit out of it on day 1 of release. I don't care.
That's fair.
I'm not canceling the pre-order. No matter what I do, as soon as I get the game, it's going to get linked up.
Oh,
because of the points.
Yeah.
So it's no matter what I do. I could no, I'm not even gonna talk about that. This is so dumb. You're still free to play if you get Byleth.
Hey, when did this game come out?
26th.
Cat?
26th.
It comes out.
No. Faye. When did Faye come out?
February 2nd.
Oh, when did Faye come out? Yeah.
It would. Yeah, Faye came out early February.
Was
It
it
wasn't
March?
the 26th. I would remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long streak, but come July 26th, 2019, your free-to-play status is gone.
No.
It's been gone for 6 months.
No,
What are
it
you
doesn't
getting
count.
at?
None of that. You guys are insane. It doesn't count.
Let's move on to Kronya before we go
Let's move on to
completely
Kronya.
off the rails.
Okay, Kronya is one of the. We talked about chocolate waifus because of the brown skins. We've talked about
But
like all kinds of waifus actually. There's so many, but the distinct skin colors. I don't know anything about her. Chad, do you know anything about her?
she looks like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
But really hot.
Big titty
Like
goth
the best.
waifu. Clown. Just because she has like a teardrop on her does not make her a clown.
She's an e-thought.
Wait,
She
do you
is-
think she's an Area 51?
She's Perry, but she wants to kill you. Okay.
Sorry. I'm getting my ticket for September 19th, flying in.
I'm gonna
Nevada.
practice my Naruto runs
She's a
for Area
corpse.
51.
She's a corpse or a vampire. Okay, that makes so much sense. Undead waifus.
Oh.
That's another category.
Necrophiliacs.
I
I
don't.
love to see them.
How's that necrophilia?
I know, just all of us gonna jack off to her. We're all necrophiliacs now.
Oh, okay. At 162 BST. What? 162? 162 ranged infantry. Wow. She has enhanced BST. Wow.
She has enhanced titties, if you catch my drift.
Boy, does she.
Okay. She has super boons, banes, and attack and res, not like it'll matter, but 162 BST with 44 HP, 31 attack, 39 speed, 22 defense, and 26 res. She is one of the fastest dagger heroes in the game. Wow.
Let me...
Nice.
If you guys didn't know, her skill kit is Desperation at 5 stars, excuse me. She has Desperation at 5 stars, Distant Guard,
Yes.
and Luna at 4 stars. What the heck? She's Distant Guard fodder then. That's not even a kit. That kit doesn't even make sense. I guess
yeah,
it depends on your A skill, I guess.
So, before we continue, she's at 162 BST.
Yes.
The next person down is New Year Takumi at 152.
Yeah, for infantry range, right?
Yeah, for infantry dagger, yeah. That's funny.
Wow.
What's her
That's a-
weapon?
That's a
lit-
10-point difference.
She's a 10-point difference. Can someone double check Kronya? Are we looking at right? Can someone just add those stat points up? That's crazy to me. A 10-point jump, you're literally jumping past 157. Now, comparing her to like the other high BST dagger hero, which is Winter Cecilia. You're not gonna believe this, but Winter Cecilia is 165 BST. So Kronya's only behind by 3. And technically with one merge, she's also 165. So she's in the same bin. She'll always be behind by 3 stat difference, but she's in the same bin. That's insane.
And yes, it is 162 added at that.
Holy crap.
Man, she's comparable to an armored dagger. That's funny.
She has the same BST as Elm. Yes, you're right. Same BST as Elm. Alright, guys, why is this significant? Let's do some comparisons, alright? For now, let's compare her to the closest, the only hero, colorless hero with more BST is Winter Cecilia at 165 BST, and she has 41 HP, 35 attack, 23 speed, 30 defense, and 36 res. In other words, a 10 res difference for Cecilia, 8 more defense for Cecilia, but Kronya has 39 speed versus 23 speed, so Kronya has 16 more speed. Kronya only has 4 less attack, and she has 3 more HP. Oh my god, she's actually pretty interesting. Wonder how you're gonna build her.
Here, I have her dagger description if you want me to read it.
Yeah, read it.
Okay, so her dagger name is Athame. The description says grants res +3 at start of combat if foe's HP is less than or equal to 100%. Grants attack speed +5 during combat, and if foe initiates combat, unit can counterattack before foe's first attack. And then it has dagger 7 effect.
Wait a second. If it's less or equal to 100%, that's just all situations. Did you read that
No,
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it says less. I'm looking at it right here.
But you said
I'll post it.
you said less or
Less
equal.
or equal.
No, it's just less.
Yeah.
Is it? Let me check.
You messed up.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you said less or equal to, which is just be every situation. They can't
I wanna
have
make
more than
sure
100%
just in
HP.
case.
My bad. That was a fault on my part.
All right. In other words, if they're less than 100% HP, which kind of messes her up because she would want to use like Savage Blow or something because she wants to do chip damage. Or you pair her up with Duma.
She's so good for A3. Oh my god.
It's actually pretty stupid.
And if foe initiates combat, you can counterattack before foe's first attack. Foe initiates combat, so she has
It's vantage.
its vantage,
It's just
but
vantage.
100% of the time.
But yeah. Exactly.
What the heck?
That's so good.
She's really interesting.
Crap. This will probably be my +10 Grail project.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the same. I'm gonna have to
Dude,
go back
high
to Aether
five.
Rays. Holy hell yeah, dog.
Okay. But yeah.
Vantage. Oh. I didn't think
Alright,
of that.
so-
She has Vantage Desperation.
Okay, the only other comparison I think was worth making is with Felicia, because she's the only other fast colorless dagger. I guess Kaze too, but whatever. If we do Felicia, Kronya has 10 more HP, 16, no, not 16, 8 more attack, 2 more speed, 4 more defense, and 9 less res. So she's better in every way except for res. Kronya's just ridiculous. And gotta keep in mind, because of her dagger ability allowing her to attack first, we don't know if the opponent has to be under 100% HP before she can attack first. But I imagine you'll want to use Savage Blow on her anyways, do some chip damage and get her ability to trigger. So yeah, she's really interesting. As for how to build her, because she comes with Desperation and Distant Guard, that doesn't really work very well, but that is an option. I would personally just... I would do Savage Blow Seal at the very least. Distant Guard might be a better C skill than what seals you have available. But I would definitely do Savage Blow or something just to do some chip damage so her dagger triggers. And if her dagger triggers, it helps patch up her attack by giving her 5 more attack, and that 5 more speed also really helps out. So she definitely doesn't need QR or anything like that. Her A skill. Honestly, one of the good things about having a shit ton of speed is that you can run Death Blow. So she would actually not be a bad hero for Death Blow.
Yeah, you could pull a terrible Ivy Dimitri, give up Death Blow 4.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. That's really good.
Yeah, Death Blow 4 would actually be really legitimate on her because she's so fast naturally. And because if they're under 100... Because that could be like 13 extra attack if her dagger triggers and Death Blow 4 triggers. So that's actually really, really, really good. CC is probably better because of easy vantage. You could also do close counter Mystic Boost.
Close counter. God, that's so dumb.
Because she's one of the better users of Mystic Boost. Because, well, she'll be able to nullify dragons that attack the lower of defense or res. Though, yeah, it'll just force them to target her res. So yeah, it still works out.
Yeah.
Wow, she's kind of insane.
Yeah. Very.
I think close counter Mystic Boost might be better. Might be really good. Yeah, okay. So you can use her offensively or defensively, and she seems like a pretty ideal hero in my books, guys.
I guess I'm going back in, boys.
All right, and
thought I
those are
finished.
your heroes. Just to finish things off. Right away, I could tell you, Kronya is a very interesting merge project, and I would suggest her for a lot of players. Outside of that, male Byleth, I just buy the game and get him is what I would say. He's mostly fodder in my books. Female Byleth, if you wanted to use one of the 2 Byleths, female Byleth is it. Claude is really iffy with me. I know people are going to argue with me on that, your choice to use him or not. Dimitri is really similar to Ledgering Ephraim is how I'll end it off there. And Edelgard's actually one of the more interesting options as a fast Gale Force hero. So for me, Edelgard, Byleth, then kind of Dimitri are the heroes I would value on the main banner. And then male Byleth, I think you should, if you really want him, just get the game. And then Kronya. Kronya might be the best hero here because she's definitely the most interesting, especially because she's free.